Good afternoon, Randomizer fans, and welcome to a special exhibition of the Final Fantasy Randomizer. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and joined with me is the chef du jour, Spellzap. How's it going?
It's going great. How about yourself, Fizzle?
It's going great. I have no idea what's going on. I can't wait to be on the receiving end of these in the comms booth for once. What are we doing?
So what we have here today, Chef, is we've got a pre-crafted flag set. We've added a little extra spice in there. There are 3 new flags that are potential to be added to FFR. We're kind of workshopping it today. We're trying to see if this is sort of a direction we want to go. You guys should expect it kind of a normal race. But these new flags are for basically anyone in FFR who said, "Oh, I didn't see that," or "Oh, I didn't open that chest," or "Oh, I didn't see the double nuclear chaos." So we're taking that all down. We're reducing the variance, and we're trying to see if what we have here is something to work with for maybe a future flag set.
See, I hear this is an answer to my variance, and my brain just starts churning at all the weird things that could have been done. So I'm gonna keep an eagle eye out for any weird things out of the gate. Would you care to share the instructions you gave our runners?
Yeah, and I just let them go, but the first instruction is don't let your inventory get full. It's going to be really weird if you do. So just keep it clear. Number 2, I'm just going to leave that. That was sort of a behind-the-scenes thing. And
Okay.
Number 3 is your controller is not broken, so if something doesn't work, don't complain to us.
So out of the gate, we got Cure 3, we got Heal 3, we got Bane, we got Temper. No stunning spells, but all really good things to have.
Yeah, we just sort of and just to take a step back, I worked with Retro Fanman to come up with some new flags. I did the seed finding, so I tried to give a seed that really had my level of challenge seed to it. So we didn't start with, we didn't start with the good stuff. We didn't start with the nuke. We didn't start with the big weapons.
So 6k experience out of the gate, that probably gets us to, I don't know, level 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there.
I think it's about 7 or 8 from what I remember.
Oh, wow. Nothing terribly interesting out of gear yet.
Yep, Xeno's just grabbing his iron and silver. Very bad roll on those.
I think the shield still has some absorb on it, but I'm 99% sure that is effectively a cap that we're putting on.
Yeah.
Luffy first to Bane Garland, first try every try. Get some characters to level 9, and we get a canal and the TNT. All right.
It's really hard to play-by-play these flags when you've already seen everything because you had to play test this.
I mean, you could really rake in money if you just, wage bets against chat.
Ooh, yeah, I should open up some chat or some bets and get all those channel points.
So both runners have made it through TOF. Luffy walking west, going to turn into TNT. We've got a free bridge, but neither of our runners seem terribly interested in it. Not going to lie, I'm more interested in some of these box potentials myself. Luffy's
I think they're
scared
of maybe a troll under the bridge or something.
TNT turns into the canoe, so good play out of both our runners. But with Bane as our only functional AoE, I'm really looking at that Provoke-a-Trip right now.
Yeah, you really don't want to get that level 2 magic and see if you can find something with maybe a little bit more AoE to it.
Hooray!
Oh, come on, Xeno. Snubbing the Hooray Dwarf.
Luffy on the bridge boss. Makes
No
it
trolls in
through
sight.
first try. Zenobian hot on the trail. Are we going to have divergence? Are we going to have a Matoya check? From Luffy we are. Zeno dropping the save, but then heading east.
Doesn't want his treasure chest, I guess. Now, I like what Luffy's doing because he does have the canoe, so he can just pop in here real quick.
Big old bucket of cash, a house, and a wooden shield. Meanwhile, level 2 white magic, we got Ruse. And Invis, I guess. Meanwhile, over in black magic, we got Warp. Uh-oh.
Doesn't want it. You might be thinking to maybe put a spell in front of it just to buffer from the warp boss, I guess.
Yeah. I've been known to do the same thing on occasion. Weapons looked real bad. Those were all -5s, I think.
The only one that mattered that I saw was a silver sword -5. All the other ones were just bad weapons to start.
Alright, it's Pirates time. Bane strats. Incoming melee. Doing notable amounts of damage, but we already hit level 9 out of a box in TOF, so this is just a matter of time until the Bane goes off. So Zeno missed Bane on 1. Luffy missed Bane on 1. Zeno through first. Gonna show us the item we get. It is a boat.
Gotta sail those high seas.
With the canal that gets us outer sea access. You know, I can't help but notice all these -5s going on in this gear.
I have to say that was not intentional. That was actually just luck of the draw.
So in the boat, in the ocean, off we go.
Zeno is behind. He still needs to check Matoya if he wants to be exactly even on chess here.
Right.
Hey, everything hits for 1 if it's all -5. That's reduced variance right there.
Oh my god, we found weapons with pluses on them. Falchion +2s. Let's go. Oh, I missed what black magic was. I'll see it in a minute.
Look like Fire 2.
Fire 2 out of white, Harm 3 out of white, Fire 2 out of black. Invis 2 was in there as well.
See, Harm 3 is a huge pickup here because White Mage Harm is on, so you can use Harm 3 on basically any enemy in the game. So right now, she's kind of looking like the strongest AoE caster. You do have Fire 2, but Harm 3 will get you through anything. And there's all of the 3s.
Ooh. Fire 3, Lightning 3, and Ice 3. And fast. That's some hard decision making. Meanwhile, over in white magic, I saw heal 2, life, and Expert. Honestly, I think out of the level 4 black magic, I think you just drop the Fire 3. It's the least powerful. It's the most resisted.
Yeah, and I think since there was a Fire 2 at level 3, you're kind of already covered there if you need it. But basically anything that's weak to Fire 3 will be susceptible to Lit 3, so I would just go for the Lit 3, Ice 3 fast.
And buckle up, we've got Zenobian with double buckler +5s.
Man after my own heart. He's got the buckler strats. I probably would have picked up that iron armor, but you know, you got to have those absorbs on the shield slot. You know, he can probably check in the flag, see where he's got to go next. Marsh Cave is the place to be.
Pretty much. The alternative to this would have been just, you know, YOLO Crescent into ice, but Marsh is sensible. We're already at Elfland. Why not? A Zeus +2, so nothing appears to be wonky with item magic so far. Luffy. Luffy, that wood +4 is better than that iron -5. Ooh, okay. Oh hey, scorpions with quad X. Neat.
Neat.
And crack. Ooh, there's a sun +5. So we have an official, actual, real weapon here in Marsh Cave. Meanwhile, scorpions going through everything you don't want to see. They've got their quad X, they've got their crack. Just in case you damage them a little bit, they've got Cure 4.
Yeah, Xeno
Luffy
does have Harm 3. I'm not sure if he should have charges because of the huge XP bonus that he got, but he probably should have just Harm 3 those scorpions if trying to run.
Luffy, first to the incentive box, picks up the rod. Spider's also with script, but a lot friendlier. We've got Dark and Snorting. Fire 2 is a bit of a bummer, but we got levels early. We can probably make it through. And we do.
To answer in chat, Shuma will be asking if XP chests are part of the flag set. No, that's just to kind of pad out the numbers and make it so no one has to grind. Tiles are turned off, so that's sort of just a option if players find that they're having a hard time. They can go ahead and open more chests to get a little bit more levels. So Xeno is out of Marsh Cave. He does have the rod, but he didn't open any chests. So we'll see how that plays out in the future.
I assume that means he missed out on both the Zeus and the Sun +5.
Yeah, he's going to have to maybe open some more chests to get some other gear.
Am I crazy, or is Zeno's screen more vivid? He's probably running a visual filter of some kind. Gold bracelets in Melmond for 17k. A little steep. Might have to come back for that.
Luffy could afford one, but he wants to get these get this magic check here.
Ice 2 and Zap, I guess. Meanwhile, over in White, we've got Harm 4, we've got Cure 4, we've got Wall.
Like a treasure trove of white magic here.
Mm-hmm. Luffy headed straight for Earth Cave. Wants to make this rod pay off immediately, possibly thinking, well, if my opponent went to Crescent and there was, I don't know, something there, gotta press this advantage.
And they're doing that because early Sages is actually turned off. These are modeled after the SG Live flags, and you saw a lot of people have to go into Earth Cave early.
I missed the early Sages was off. Early Ordeals is also off then, right?
Correct, and there is no northern docks, so
got it.
You'll see a lot more linear of a routing experience here.
Meanwhile, Zenobian loaded up at the Copper Store. Got some lovely matching uniforms for his party.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing that early gold difference come into play. Luffy did pick up a lot more gold, so he was able to afford a lot more spells. I think he may have picked up a gold, but I'm not sure.
Ribbon sighting in Earth at what is usually referred to as a free box. You can put that shield. Oh, silver +4. There we go. That's a shield.
Interestingly enough, Xeno dipping down here to this Earth 2 floor to grab some chests.
That is a second Zeus gauntlet. Do we have randomized treasures on?
We do not have randomized treasures on.
I see. So we have some kind of witchcraft going on with item placement. There's the sun +5. There's the incentive key behind gating.
Uh-oh, Fizzle, you starting to smell a little weirdness with these?
Yeah, something's wrong with this hamburger. There's something in there. So let's review. Luffy went to Matoya, found a big bucket of cash that, to my knowledge, Zenobian has not picked up yet. That ribbon +4 was in the same box. So, I wonder if there is some kind of thingy going on where non-really good gear boxes have some kind of like something on them where they can be replaced by really good gear from some kind of pool that determines stuff. Give me another 10 minutes, I'll have that idea better fleshed out.
I don't want to shout out, but in chat they seem to be onto something.
The only thing throwing me for a loop on the open chest X, open chest X, where X is a number, not a specific chest. See, the problem is that ribbons were in identical chests. That's what's got me tripping on that theory. I like where it's going. There's a lich fight going on, but it's lich, no one cares.
Well, it's a little bit of a low level here. They might have some hard. They do have a ribbon, I suppose, and a sun sword. Oh wow, 652.
I stand by my earlier assessment.
Okay, all right, you're right. You're right. Let's keep talking about speculation here.
So Zenobian got identical incentive box. I don't think it's necessarily number. My brain is thinking there is some kind of linking system going on where good gear is linked to like gold or consumables or whatever boxes, so that yes, you could just like open the good one. But if you already opened the good one and then you open it, it's just like a whatever box. Ice +3 armor, that's fun, and something that Luffy missed.
Yeah, it looks like Luffy did not clear this room here.
Yeah, he just went for the top of B4 and then just went straight for Lich. There's our bottle for sale for 5,000 in Crescent. Zeus +2 is just doing Zeus +2 things. That seems to be a fairly average Lightning 2. I don't think we got anything going on there. Level 6, we got Fade and Exit. And over in black, we got Garbage.
So now that we can beat our Lich, we can see what the Sages have, and we have the Ruby.
Gotta love that back and forth action.
Well, there is at least some option here. We can either go to Ice and then, or go to turn that in for your 2 key items, I believe, at Titans and Sarda.
So it'll be interesting to see if we're headed for Ice while we're here, or if we've decided to throw Nope, we're going to clear Ice while we're here. We're still... There's no loose items, so we're just going to stick with the incentive hunt. Hope for the best. Zenobian through Lich. Just got to make it through the final boss of Earth Cave, the Earth itself. Makes it through just as difficult as a final boss fight as I've ever seen out of Earth Cave. Makes it outside. Luffy and Ice.
Yeah, I'm not sure who put up more resistance there, Lich or that Earth.
Zenobian heading opposite direction.
No, he's probably checking the incentives, realizing that he has to go to go towards the Crescent Lake here.
Ooh, comment from chat. Something about guaranteed script order on either bosses or all monsters. So, Luffy has seen fewer, I believe, scripts than Zenobian did. Zenobian got kind of rumbled in Marsh.
Yeah,
you just
he did
saw
get
Crack. There's a Cremate. I don't remember if it was Cremate or Heat. There's a Snorting. That's an oddly reminiscent list of skills. I think that theory has legs.
Now keep in mind, there are 3 things that are different about this. There's actually 4, but I doubt they'll ever find the 4th. That was more an Easter egg for me, but...
Sure. So, the first thing is, obviously there is some kind of treasure witchcraft going on. Second thing could be the script thing. I'm kind of really warming up to this idea. So we saw Snorting, and I think Snorting was the last... No, I feel like the scripts have to be different between bosses and non-bosses. Unless they're not. Luffy gets the herb out of ice, decides, nope, he's done, warping out. If Zeno bumps into Frost Dragons and they start letting some skills fly, that will be interesting. Hi, Frosties. What you got going on today? Melee? And dying. Thanks, guys. A+, well done. So Luffy picking up his Ice +3 armor, first box in Volcano. I do not believe that the NES is capable of intelligent enough programming to say, hey, you bypass this thing, I'm gonna put it in front of you. I think there is some kind of pool system going on. Frosty's opening with Crack, so that's the same.
Now, the interesting thing is, where, if anyone knew, did he put that ribbon on? It looks like it's on the White Mage. And unfortunately for him, the White Mage actually already has a natural ribbon resist.
Oh.
So he's going to want to move that over, and that's why that fighter didn't die on Zeno's screen there to the Crack.
Let me pull up our handy-dandy tracker notes, see what we got going on with resistances. Oh, we might not have gotten resistances.
I saw at the beginning the White Mage has a natural ribbon, and the Thief has ice, status, and time.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I did, Schumer, actually, Shumbabi, was I had searched for a seed with a long first run. That was part of the seed vetting process that I did.
There's a mage opening with fire 2. That seems okay. There's a zap. Boy, there's been some very angry spells flying out of some of these trash encounters. Yeah, we saw a dark. Yeah, we saw a snorting, but like, those seem to be the exception.
Luckily, we do have a lot of stuff to work with. The ribbon plus the natural ribbon have made these dives relatively safe.
Here comes Carrie. We're gonna try some Lightning 2 strats, let rip the Harm 3, and go for Tempers. Zeus for 19 damage. Incoming Stun Touch stuns the fighter for 89 damage. Harm 3 for 120. Fast goes off, but what are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit there. Cure 4 strat's gonna try and knock the Paralyze off of that fighter. Zeus for 25. Cure 4 goes off. Fighter stands up. Temper goes off. Incoming melee to the fighter. Knocks it right back down again. Gonna try some invis strats. Nope, we're gonna Cure 4.
Xeno did make his way out of the ice cave. It looks like he's joining Luffy. Might join him in Volcano. He might go ahead and turn that Ruby in.
So, Carrie very, very, very mad at that slot 2 fighter. Zeus for 20. Yet another melee strike at that fighter. Outgoing melee damage, 6 hits for 400. Carrie still there. Thief chipping away with the Zeus gauntlet. Second swing, 6 hits for 636. Down goes Carrie.
Xeno is making his way into the volcano.
And that first box is a cabin. Okay, so now we have some data to work off of. So my theory...
That's a cabin, yeah.
Yeah, my theory at this point is that there is a list of... there's basically a shuffled list of gear that's really, really good. And then a... not necessarily... I don't want to say predetermined, but like... the boxes that roll cabin or whatever, instead of pulling that cabin, you pull the next item out of the list.
That's an interesting theory. Now, if you're the runner and you've done I guess you've sort of been the mad genius behind some of these things, what's kind of going through your head, I guess? Because you haven't seen anything weird, right?
No, if I'm the runners, I haven't seen anything weird. The only reason we put it together is because we're seeing 2 runs at the same time.
Right.
I would have a suspicion about skills at this point, I think, due to the number of deadly skills that I saw. If I'm Luffy, I have question marks regarding Fiend 1 behavior, because that was an awful lot of rounds of Carrie just swinging at that slot 2. That felt a little suspicious.
So looks like Luffy picked up a cube from his herb turn in. Next thing you probably should do is go down to the sage, or go to Sarda and turn that in. Turn the ruby, cash that in. Xeno is clearing a little bit more.
I think Zenobian wants to solve the mystery of the boxes. At some point, I feel like this is going to pay off for him, because just by virtue of clearing just a higher proportion of boxes, he's going to run into more of that good gear list, assuming that's how the mechanism works.
And he should be able to pick up maybe some more XP.
Meanwhile, Luffy gets a floater. Gets nothing in there I would consider exciting. Zenobian getting an Aegis -5. that is, I believe, a second ribbon.
That is ribbon number 2.
And I don't believe Luffy has ribbon number 2. Unless I missed the pickup.
We'll be interested to see if he grabs this chest, since it is no tiles in the way.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Gets an Opal -4 for the trouble. Meanwhile, Luffy takes off in the flying hot dog, headed for Sarda. Alright, Zenobian, show me a carry fight. I am interested. Opens with the white shirt out of the thief. Hey, look at that. That was a melee strike to slot 2. Invis 2 going off. Party is at 2 stacks of 6. Fast goes off. Outgoing swing. 7 hits for 404. Carry still there, but not for much longer. Whole lot of waiting, a little bit of tempering. Incoming melee, what do you know? That was slot 2 and outgoing 8 hits 565. Carry still there. Do I hear a third? Hey, look at that. I think there's something oddly monotonous about these Fiend scripts.
Things seem to be suspiciously the same, Fizzle. And I don't know what's going on here, but it's just good luck at this point, I think.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't suspect the thing. Harm 3 going off against Sea Snakes. Chat thinking that the whole identical script behavior thing is not just limited to Fiends, it might be enemy-wide. The only thing I'm tripping over with that is that when Zenobian ran into Frosties, they were pretty melee intensive, whereas with Luffy, they just machine gun fired scripts. So I don't know that it continues outside of bosses, but I'm 99.9% sure it hits for bosses.
So Zeno picks up his cube. He's going to be following his footsteps, going to Sarda, getting the floater.
Let me recall the Lich 1 fights that I remember seeing. Those were all just spell spam, if I recall correctly as well. I wasn't paying as much attention at the time, so I could be wrong on that, but I wonder if Fiend behavior has been reduced to pick a lane and stay there until the heat death of the universe. And Luffy picking up the loot at a TFC has decided, now we're done with boxes, we're headed downstairs. Meanwhile, Zenobian picking up his Oxyale. Coming up on the 32-minute mark. While it is true that Luffy has the exploration lead, I feel like Zenobian with that at least second ribbon has a pretty decisive gear advantage. Zenobian taking his ballpark prank into the horizon. Luffy clearing out Sharknado floor, hoping to find something down here that will help. Short -5 sword looks oddly familiar. I recall seeing that on Zenobian's side at some point in the past.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm not sure who has checked more chests, but Luffy is making his way down to Kraken here. They'll have to ask themselves if the Sun Sword is enough to cut it to make it through the game or not.
Yeah.
Luffy could make that decision and not open any more boxes.
Hey Kraken, how you feeling today? Let's see what's going on.
What's Kraken up to?
Yeah. So we're gonna open with the Zeus Gauntlet. Outgoing melee, 2 hits for 64, nothing notable. Fast goes off, white shirt goes off, party is at 1 evasion stack of 6. Kraken goes straight for the white mage. So it's not the same between fiends. Incoming Blaze. The Blaze script spam might have been triggered by the absence of the melee target in the 3rd slot. Let's see if the script spam continues. Zeus for 142. Hey, look, more script spam. Ink goes off. Temper buffs the fighter. Outgoing swing. 1 hit for 54. That's not good. What's Kraken going to do next round? Is it script spam? No, it's melee. Deletes the black mage. 4 hits for 246. With the deleted black mage, we shifted to spells. So it was melee script, melee spell. And Luffy steps out. Meanwhile, Zenobian in Waterfall. Yes, chat pointing out Gasty punch on slot 3 first turn. Good eagle eye from chat. Let's see if Luffy can find a Gasty. Hail looks a Gasty. Let's see what they do. Punch to the 3rd slot. Alright, chat might be onto something with this idea of universal scripts of some sort. Although the functionality, there's gotta be something a little more to it, I feel like. Mummy's open with Toxic. Bad news for 2 of the party.
That was a good amount of XP from those chests. Looks like Zeno got about 10k from the chest behind the robot, as well as the slab.
So slab at a waterfall. The high 5 effectively occurs. Luffy is going to be finishing these boxes. Luffy panic mode, moving stuff around, doesn't want to run out of space. He sure can't hold those heal pots. Better juggle the armor some more. No, wait, hang on. Let's look at weapons. Wait, oh, heal pots. That's in the item section. Let's jug.
You need to use those.
So that gives away, I think, quite a bit. All of those boxes were heal pots.
But then they weren't, though.
But then they weren't. The thing I'm still tripping on is that Zenobian did not see that enormous bucket of cash, and we both saw the ribbon in an identical chest. There's got to be a mechanism in there that I just haven't quite seen yet.
Yeah, and I think it's long enough into the race that I can explain what's happening.
Sure.
So, people were correct. It's you open chests in express order, except for the key item chests.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually a coincidence where Zeno had got caught back up to Luffy with the extra chests in Earth 2.
Got it.
Which put him back on this exact same spot.
Okay. Blind coincidence. I'll take it.
Yeah. So the the interesting thing here, and I think as a racing flag, is that if you know this is the case going in, that you will always be as prepared as the other player if they opened the same amount of chests. So you cannot be more prepared by opening less chests.
Right.
While it's probably actually more interesting for the racers to know that because they can make decisions based off of that. As an experimental flag here, it was just sort of a nice little fun thing for us to look at.
Mm-hmm. So Zenobian stepping up to the Kraken plate. We're going to try some white shirt strats, some invis strats. How about a little fast? White shirt goes off, 1 stack of 6. Outgoing swing, 2 hits for 64. Fast goes off. Invis 2 goes off. Incoming melee to the white mage, 334. Down it goes. If the pattern holds, we're in script territory next. Opening with Blaze, I believe. There it goes. Ink will be next up. Outgoing 6 hits for 123. Temper goes off. We want yet more avoidance just in case. White shirt goes off. Here's the ink. Next melee is going to be to the black mage. Temper goes off. Outgoing swing. 2 hits for 159. This is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, I think. There's the swing, but it misses. This might be our first occasion of divergence, potentially. A Fire 2 is going to be next up if Kraken lives long enough to cast it. Lock 2 goes off. Here's the Fire 2. Outgoing swing, 6 hits for 518. Down goes Kraken. So it's not identical, like, repeat the same action a million times. It's just... It's melee targeting a slot unless that slot's not there. Then it will pick a different slot, and then it's skill, and then it's skill, and then it's melee, and then it's spell. Okay, I see how this is going now.
So let's see, we have both players going to Mirage to Sky.
I gotta ask, was one of your Easter eggs the fact that Kraken targets slot 3 immediately, which is the slot of the Force White Mage?
No.
Okay.
Like you could play this seed 100 times and still not find the Easter egg.
Okay. Alright.
I'm going to tell everybody now that I'm going to do it in every one of these seeds that I make, so if you do figure it out, just keep that to yourself and sign up for the next one.
I know you wouldn't have, but for some reason my mind just goes to like the dev blocks in Mario Maker 2 kind of thing.
They could just walk in the Topher at any time. it is true, Shumabi, that Red Mage is kind of like a bard. In this D&D ripoff game we have here.
That was interesting. Bad Man struck a thief, 1 hit for 16. Another bad man stepped up to the plate, 2 hits for 16. That was weird. This is the fun of one of these quote unquote new flag seeds, is that every coincidence is a new flag, right?
Yeah, and I do like that Chad has kind of been involved too, trying to work it out too. They've been a very helpful and very good job on doing this.
So Luffy full clearing Sky 3 Zenobian, looking to overtake here, only taking the greed boxes probably. Not getting very good greed out of it, but greed nonetheless.
And I have to think that the players could guess what's going on with the chest at this point, since, or at least Luffy can, because he did see that when his inventory was full.
Yeah, Luffy likely has very good information. Zenobian's probably still in the dark.
Yeah. Zenobian, unfortunately, has been a lot more diligent about cleaning his inventory out, so he might actually not know.
Zenobian hitting level 25 on the Bridge of Destiny.
And that is level 25 on his thief and mages, but not necessarily on that fighter.
Versus Tia, 7 hits for 229. It's happening. Invis 2 goes off. Incoming melee, 3 hits for 208 to that thief. White shirt goes off. Some more white shirt rounds. Melee goes off, 4 hits for 37. Temper goes off. Invis 2 goes off. Melee misses. Whole lot of incoming melee misses against that thief. Luffy just running into Slime Pack after Slime Pack on the Bridge of Destiny here. 7 hits for 536 against Tia. Tia's still there. Incoming melee crits through avoidance for 130. Outgoing swing, 7 hits for 343. Tia's still there. One more temper. Incoming melee misses. Outgoing, 8 hits for 1,089 damage. Say goodnight to Tia too. Meanwhile, Luffy just encounter after encounter. Oh my god.
He did open a couple more chests, so he took a couple more steps. Might actually pay off for him, because he does seem to be a little bit higher level than Zeno.
Zenobian pulling up to Topher as Luffy starting the fight against Tia 2. We got ourselves a short Topher. Are we going to open some boxes? Sure are. We got stuff. Oh boy, rune +3 sword.
You get a little bit of experience.
So Zenobian, looking, thinking, decides on fire 2. 4 hits for 382, 4 hits 4 damage, incoming melee for 45. 4 hits for 703, down goes Lich 2. Let's try a real boss.
big elemental bonuses coming into play.
Mhm.
Rune 3 would be a good switch here to do way more damage to carry.
Carry doing way more damage to that Black Mage. 600 damage to a Black Mage that was not built to sustain that. Let's try some avoidance strats, I guess. Incoming slow 2 sticks to the Thief. White shirt goes off. Melee swing, 4 hits for 164. Fade for 81. Ugh. Thanks, Fade. Outgoing swing, 2 hits, 261. Incoming melee for 250. Fade for 117. White shirt goes off. Luffy now entering the Temple of Fiends. Gonna run over Speed Bump Mark II. As Zenobian still working on fighting this carry too. Having difficulty mustering the melee horsepower to make it through. White shirt's flying like crazy. Carry takes a swing at the white mage. Doesn't quite connect. Fade for 114 after a hit for 36. This fight is still ongoing. We are on the same Fiend. Fade for 314. Down goes Carry 2 for Zenobian. Luffy's Black Mage gets exploded. Same way Zenobian's was. Gonna try a lot of invis strats. Slow 2 sticks to the Thief. I can't help but notice that. Fade for 81. 2 hits, 267, and Zenobian resets. I don't see what did him in.
That was a Kraken Punch to the face for 607, I think.
Ooh, okay. So chat with some good ideas here. This is something that our runners might not have picked up on because they might not have as obvious information as we do. But if you knew that that was coming, you'd say that, all right, the first attack is going to the second slot. We're just going to move our Blade of Meat Shield down into that slot. Zenobian resetting yet again out of
Loses
Topher.
his Black Mage to carry.
But that was a predictable moment.
Well, not for him.
I guess. Big ol' hit, 8 hits, 970. Down goes Speed Bump Mark II.
He's thinking.
Luffy's Knight survived a hit.
He's thinking.
Oh, the gears are turning.
Maybe he didn't want the Black Mage to go.
Oh, chat figured it out. The select button is disabled. He can't party shift. Oop. Oop. And Zenobian says, no, I'm leaving.
Nope, Zenobian leaves.
Zenobian has decided, I'll show you. I'll just go open more boxes. Hey, look. It's all these boxes that
He's gonna
we
get
saw.
the same boxes
in
that he got in
Topher.
Topher.
Now,
I hope he doesn't reset, because he needs those. Or he'll just get them again, basically.
Yeah.
Warp? You got warp, Zeno. There you go.
Is he headed back to Topher?
There are more boxes in Carnaria Castle if you wanted them.
No, we're gonna check the Topher boxes again. Oh, hey, these are different. They're still awful, but they're different.
A little bit more XP. You should save it.
So Luffy makes it through carry 2. Gonna just pick that Black Mage back up off the floor. Let's try ourselves a Kraken 2. Meanwhile, Zenobian 8 hits for 970. Boy, I can't help but notice identical amount of damage. I don't know.
Is he doing a Lich 2 grind? Oh,
Fast,
no.
nothing. Swing, 8 hits for 970. Boy, it's almost as though not only is the script identical, but the RNG is identical. Almost as though you disabled RNG table advancement by frames.
Oops. Did we do that?
That raises a heck of a question of if you can find something fun. So there's two main questions. Number one, how easy would it be to find like a Bane or a Zap or a Brack getting through?
Well, it's gonna be impossible. The way it was explained to me is that each boss starts at their formation number times some sort of multiple in the RNG table.
Right. That was my second question of whether it was going back to start or whether it was starting at some point in the middle, but a consistent spot in the middle of the RNG table.
Yeah, so for every single Kraken fight, it'll always start at a certain point. For every single Lich, it'll always start at a certain point, so on and so forth. So there's, I guess it would have to be, if you could find it, there's no real benefit because if after you found it, I guess.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
for subsequent boss fights, sure, you could do that, but.
Well, I guess the question would be like, you could just go in and just like machine gun fire insta kills, and if none of them get through, you reset and you fight it as though it were a boss fight.
True, I suppose so. Yeah. I know for a fact that the first turn, if you zap the Lich, she'll die to it.
As a tradition.
on this specific seed.
Right.
So we'll have to see if anyone tries it. Now the interesting thing is when are they going to audible into a strategy that involves maybe Zeus Gauntlet with the White Mage after all the stacks, or something like that? Okay, it looks like Luffy is through. You did manage to chip him out.
Gonna pick that fighter back up. Is there no tail? No, I'm pretty sure the tail exists. They just didn't go get it. I'm pretty
tail
sure.
is available, yeah.
Yeah. Our first look at the Tia 2 fight. Let's see. We're going with double Invis 2 strats and then a fast melee out of the gate. Single hit for 62. Invis 2 goes off. Outgoing test swing. 3 hits for 81. White shirt goes off. Fast goes off. Invis 2 goes off. We're at 3 stacks of 6. Incoming melee misses. Temper going off. Zenobian finds a katana and an ice +3 sword and a crown. Hot diggity. Let's go do ordeals. Continuing to buff this fighter up. Continuing to also buff our evasion. Here comes the thunder. It's a lot of damage to that black mage. Outgoing swing. 5 hits for 216. Gonna try some lock strats. White shirt going off. This has got to get us through cap, I think. Incoming melee misses. Outgoing. 6 hits for 267. T is still there. Lock hits. We're on wait. Swing lock. Lock gets out first. Incoming swing misses. Outgoing damage. 3 hits for 26. That's the wrong direction. Let's try that again.
Crown getting a ribbon.
8 hits for 448. Tia still there. Incoming melee misses. Here comes the Inferno. A Blade of Meat Shield goes down. So does the Black Mage. Melee swing out of the Knight. 7 hits for 190. Tia still there. I've missed how many life charges we have, but here goes the heal 3. One more swing. 7 hits for 142. Tia still there. Tia refusing to go down. This is a Chonk Dragon, but 6 hits for 403. We are on to Chaos.
Zeno making the adjustment to go grab the tail from Ordeals here. Looks like it's going to be Adamant to tail.
Chaos fight time, here we go. Double Invis 2. Fast goes off on the fighter. White shirt goes off. We got 1 evasion stack. Here comes the nuke. First turn. Party survives. Interesting information that we have is that nuke, if we do the double invis, if we do all the buffing, that nuke is going to do that damage every time. So this, like, out of the gate nuke is one of the scenarios where in this flag set I would be thinking, okay, should I do anything to attempt to minimize this nuke, or do we accept the roll that we got because everyone lived? Buffing continues to go off. Let's try another round. The heal 3 is going to be flying. Here it comes. Ooh, 2 characters not above 200. This is uh-oh territory. 4 hits for 182. Here comes the crack. A Blade of Meat Shield goes down, and so does the Black Mage. We're out of temper buffs. It's just this or nothing. We're out of fades. We got 2 Cure 4s left, a single heal 3 left. We'll try some Invis 2 strats. It's for 236. Damage is happening. Incoming punch misses. More Invis 2 just to help. Down to single Invis strats. Swirl comes out, takes the White Mage down to 1 knee. Melee, 3 hits, 3 damage. Uh-oh. Cure 4 time? Cure 4 time. Here comes the poison. Does the White Mage survive? It does. 1 final active healing. 2 hits for 190. Punch to the White Mage. White Mage would get another turn, but we're not sure what exactly we're going to do with it. Here comes Lightning 2. Are we just going to blow a heal 3 or Cure 4 or something? 5 hits for 290. Chaos still there. Nope, we're just going to stand there. 7 hits for 385. Punch through evasion for 94. Down goes the White Mage. Ice 2 connects for next to nothing. 4 hits for 422. Chaos probably not looking good at this point. Ink does ink things. 1 hit, 1 damage. Uh-oh. 1 more big hit. 4 hits for 159. Nope, Chaos still there. How about 3 hits for 190? Nope, Chaos still there. Incoming punch misses. Outgoing. 1 hit, 1 damage. Stop. 5 hits for 73. There's the crack, ineffective. Let's try a swing. 2 hits for 35. This is not at all the damage we want. This is going to be death by 1,000 cuts and then a stab wound when that nuke comes around. There it is for 218. 2 hits for 223. Chaos still there. 3 hits for 421. What in the great googly moogly is this scaling? 4 hits for 160. Down goes Chaos. Luffy finishing first place with official race time, GG time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 43 seconds. Comment in chat. So there was a fixed RNG here. We'll be discussing that when we pull in our winner. Once he gets in a place I can yank him in here from.
This is kind of the annoying part of the flag set is where towards the end of the game, when you have a full inventory, you got to figure out what you want to drop in order to get your next chest.
Right, because there's going to be some things that you're just going to want to continue to filter out.
This is kind of the annoying part of the flag set is where towards the end of the game, when you have a full
and we are joined in the booth by our winner, Luffy DV. How's it going, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
So there's been some things.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think happened.
So, Spellzap was talking in the race room earlier that something was disabled, and within the first like 5 seconds, I saw it was party select, like how to change your party around, which was awesome. I had a feeling that was the case when the thief was in slot 1 forced, which was great. And then it would seem that, if I'm not mistaken, it only happened twice, that these bosses in Temple of Fiends, and maybe even all the Fiends in general, were completely scripted in what they were throwing out at you. Is at least what it felt like, because when Kraken meleeed twice for like the same amount of damage, both dives, I'm like, okay, wait a minute here, something's fishy. That was a heck of a lot of fun. Thank you, Spellzap. That was great.
Thank you for showing it off. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun teasing Fizzle into what was happening.
Oh man, that was great. I mean, there's overall, like, that was just a lot of fun. Like, it felt kind of bad not getting the floater behind that Ruby right away after doing Volcano and Ice, but I mean, whatever, I had to do them anyway, so it was fine. But that was great. That was just a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, luckily Xeno had made the exact same play, and you guys had done the exact same routing the entire time, so I was pretty happy with that.
That makes me feel pretty good. Xeno's a heck of a player and, kind of royalty in this game, so that's pretty neat.
The one big difference, I think, is in Sky. You full cleared 3rd floor, whereas he just went for the greed boxes and he just skated through Bridge of Destiny, whereas you had 7,000 encounters by my count.
Yeah.
But that got you levels, which is kind of what you needed to get through, I think.
Yeah, like, I was saying to myself, like, I don't want to open many more boxes than, like, I kind of have to, but, like, I really wanted the XP and stuff because I knew they were there, and I thought, like, what are some of my more lucrative checks that I have left over? And that came to me, like, I got to do this anyway. I have Warp. Let me just hit these 14 boxes and maybe I can gain a couple levels, and I did, which was lucky.
Hey, Luffy, do you still happen to have your game open?
I do.
Can you just power cycle real quick and then go back to Lich and then use Zap on him? If you have it.
I didn't buy Zap. What was that, level 1?
Level 5.
Level 5, Leon, let me go buy it.
And that's not the Easter egg, by the way. That's just
dunking on Lich. Everyone's favorite pastime.
Where was the tail? I see Zeno promoted. Was it behind Crystal or was it like Ordeals?
Ordeals.
Yeah.
Once I needed like one item left, I was like, I am gonna last location Ordeals. If this is my go mode, I don't care. All right, let's see here. What do we got? You guys are like 10 seconds behind, you'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what's happening here, just to explain a little bit, is that I guess the way it was explained to me is that every boss starts on a certain number in the RNG table, and it doesn't advance every frame. So you zapping that will always happen every number of times you do it on the first turn.
That's pretty neat. Oh man, he found a power bonk? That's not fair. Where was that?
Well, that is a fascinating question. I want to walk you through this a little bit real quick. Before Spellzap spoils it.
Okay.
Remember that time you were in Waterfall?
Oh, did I miss a box?
Remember that time you were in Waterfall and like half the boxes were heal pots?
Yeah.
Until you chugged heals and then they were suddenly not heal pots?
Yeah. Oh. God, once that happened too, like, I know you said it was going to be a bad time in the race room, and I was thinking, like, are we going to get hit with, like, a random war mech encounter or something? But that's when it hit me, like, okay, I'm just getting heal pots here, like, so I have to clear some inventory space. I can't believe I left the box behind. That would have been so helpful.
Alright, you can tell them now.
It wasn't actually that. It was you. I believe you picked up every box. It's that all the chests in the game are in order, except for the key item chests. So the first chest you guys got was 6,000 XP. The second one was like some money. The third one was some bad armor or something.
Yeah.
So it didn't necessarily matter that you skipped a chest. It's that you needed to open a certain number of them to get the power.
Okay. I think I only opened like 84 boxes. I tried to just really open what I needed, even though like the XP was really flowing. I mean, my mages were like level 30 by the end. It looks like Zeno's around the same level. It would have been nice to have a few more boxes, but I was really trying to keep it like under 100, even with I knowing the XP was in those boxes. I didn't want to just open more than I had to.
Yeah.
So Zenobian on Chaos makes it through the first nuke with everyone that entered the fight still upright. Gonna be power bonking this fighter into eternity. White shirt, hopefully for some evasion strats just in case. Gonna try some locking strats. Still gonna bonk. We ain't ready to swing just yet. Crack goes out. Everyone survives. White shirt going off. I believe we're at 3 evasion stacks out of 6. Gonna make it 4 shortly, probably. Gonna fast the ninja. Ninja's got a katana. Could be doing some damage. Incoming melee misses. White shirt goes off. And we're on double swing strats. We're officially shifting over to damage. Katana first, 5 hits for 344. Swirl takes out the katana user, takes out the black mage. It's 1v1, 6 hits for 247. Incoming poison, not doing much, but it puts us into oh no range for that nuke. Incoming melee misses. Outgoing for 561, outgoing 4 hits for 915. Lightning 2, not gonna do much. Outgoing swing, 5 hits for 593. Chaos still there. 7 hits for 863. Chaos continues to be there. Ice 2, not going to do much. Final swing, 6 hits for 781. Down goes Chaos. Zenobian finishes in second place with a race time, GG time, of 1 hour, 10 minutes, 16 seconds.
That's real good.
And we're joined by our second place finisher, Zenobian. How's it going, man?
It took me a long time to figure out that gimmick, but that's a really cool gimmick.
It was really cool.
I didn't figure out the combat RNG until Lich 2, or the chests until I went and checked
and
Dwarf
we're
Cave
joined
after
by our
checking the
second
Topher
place
chest, and then
finisher,
went back, and I was
Zenobian.
like,
How's
wait
it
a
going,
minute,
man?
these are different. And that sent me on a long quest of, okay, how can I get past this Kraken that one-shots my fighter immediately every time? I went and checked.
Yeah, and it looked like, and what I had done and what Luffy had done was, if you full stacked evasion, then you were able to chip him out with all your resources. Basically, you had Zeus and Harm and other various spells. He didn't end up actually killing you.
I assumed I would need the fighter to get through there, or I would be getting chipped down by him. I guess I didn't sit around long enough to see exactly what he did after he one-shot the fighter immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually I found a katana, and then class changed, and that did the job. That's what took the extra 10 minutes.
I figured that I would just, once he killed the fighter for the second time, I kind of figured it out too. Like, all right, this is just going to be a thing. So maybe I can chip him down, like Spellzap said, and I got lucky to get him.
And that was fun. Like, I don't know how you did like progressive chests for the entire game, but that felt really neat.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it actually works, but if you have any questions, you can ask Retro Fan Man. He should be able to tell you.
It's definitely very cool, though. I'd like to see that in more stuff. That's an interesting way to play, and the set AI as well.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, this was sort of a cry from my experience in FFR, where you dive a dungeon, then someone gets nuked and someone doesn't get nuked, and that kind of causes the game to be over.
Mm-hmm.
This was sort of my idea to fix that. But obviously there's still some issues. It's just picking blindly what you think is the best option, which may not be the best option. Um, and the chess. I mean, I think knowing that that's the um, the way it works probably is better than going in blind, because then you can say, okay, um, the other player will not have more gear than I am at my certain number of chests that I've opened.
Mhm.
Meaning they
Yeah,
can't just bank a masa and you didn't open one chest that had it.
yeah, I was. That's why I kept on digging a little bit after I noticed the test for sequential. You saw me go and open a couple of random stupid places like on Earth One, and I was like, maybe I'll find the Masa soon. I never did. It must have been really late in the sequence. Then again, I did skip all of Sea and Sky.
Yeah, and I believe it was pretty deep in the sequence. Unfortunately, I didn't really have any tools to to do that. Otherwise, that would have been a lot of seeds to vet. So, um, but yeah, I was pretty happy with how it ended up. You guys pretty much had the same routing and made a lot of the same decisions. So that was really cool to see.
I really love the concept. I want to do that again sometime. It's very good, very fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the reason why I turned off party select is that so that all the targeting went to the same
Yeah,
exact people.
I knew as soon as you said that, you can go and watch my YouTube to verify. As soon as the countdown started, I said, all right, I bet it's select that's disabled. That's the
yeah.
only thing that makes any kind of sense. And
I
as soon as
checked.
the race started, I mashed my A key on my keyboard and I was like, yep, that's it.
I did the same thing as soon as it started. I'm like, let me hit select because something feels fishy here, and I couldn't change the party. I'm like, I knew it.
Yep. And that's a good way to counter that as well, because yeah, if that was the case, I would have just like put the thief in that spot and let him get punched in the face. No
And
Mhm.
I
problem.
think that would have been cool. Maybe as a thing if you knew that that was the case. I think that would have been cool. But I just wanted to kind of clue my co-com in a little bit, because he was
Mhm.
they were starting to pick it up. Chad was working on something. They were saying, well, maybe that guy maybe he always targets the second player, always, and always attacks or something like that. And they were sort of picking it up and piecing it all together. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, I think if you know that that's like the kind of setting you're going into, then enabling the party swap is, a different strategy to take the approach rather than do I try and out level this or do I have to go find items to work around this? No, you can just party swap because you know that he's always going to attack that thing. I think
Mhm.
that'd be interesting too. Another way to look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
All in all, though, 10 out of 10. Good idea. I'm glad you finally got this out the door.
Yeah, I remember bothering you about it like a couple months back, and I've just been trying to get it to happen, but there's just been so much going on in FFR and other randomizers.
Well, I
Well,
think that's gonna
yep.
do it for us for this stream. Spells up. Do you have any final thoughts you want to give?
No, it went as well as I could have hoped. Thank you guys for coming out and doing it. Thank you, Hate, for the restream, Danny for tracking, Fizzle for being my stand-in for chat here, trying to figure out what the hell's going on here, and then obviously to my
Mhm.
runners. I asked them, and they just said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump in blind, do something crazy." So thank you all for coming by.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Neat. Luffy, final thoughts.
Um, I'm glad I was looking at the chat when Spells App was kind of mentioning this, and I just kind of messaged him like, "Hey, man, you need some help? I'm always up to do a thing." And this was just like, this was a lot of fun. I didn't know what we were going to be doing. I was kind of wondering like if he was going to send the flags at some point so I could see what was going on. And then it didn't come to later on today, and I'm like, "Oh, this is like a special thing. This seems exciting." And it was just a heck of a lot of fun. I really wish I knew some of the more in-depth mechanics of like where the chests line up and all that, like, so I could have maybe figured it out a little sooner. But it was a really neat little trick, and I had a heck of a lot of fun doing it. So thank you guys for inviting me and letting me be here. It was a lot of fun.
Zenobian, final thoughts.
I love these kind of like ROM hacky, you don't know what you're getting into races. Like I remember the last one where we had, oh, by the way, all the refights are on the Bridge of Destiny and so is Chaos. Deal with it. And that was really exciting. I want to see more cool stuff like this. So if you like, you know me, always try and do wacky stuff. Anyone that has any cool ideas like this, like Spellzap or anyone else, especially the devs, because they're the ones that can actually implement it. Just do it. Make us play it. Someone will do it. I'll do it. Let's do it. It's fun. All right, that's all.
All right, that'll do it here for us on Final Fantasy Randomizer. Stick around. We got a gajillion spring tournament races coming up over the next couple months. Sure to be exciting. Sign up if you haven't. Sign-ups are live now. For everyone at Final Fantasy Randomizer, my name is Lorfin Borfin, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.